Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Jason, your host, and I'm so happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Julia. Hi, everyone. It's great to have you join us again. We're so excited about today's topic because it's something that almost everyone does in daily life, going to the supermarket.
That's right, Julia. Today's episode is called Learn English at the Supermarket. In this lesson, we're going to learn useful English words, phrases, and conversations that you can use when shopping for groceries.
Exactly. You'll learn how to ask for things, talk to the cashier, and understand common English expressions people use at the supermarket.
And the best part is, you'll be able to use these phrases in real life the next time you go shopping. Whether you're buying fruits, bread, or milk, you'll know how to speak confidently in English.
Yes, so even if you are a beginner, don't worry. We'll explain everything clearly, step by step. Just relax, listen carefully, and try to repeat some of the words and sentences with us.
Great advice, Julia. So, let's get started. Imagine we're walking into a supermarket. There are lots of shelves, different sections, and many people shopping around.
I can already smell the fresh bread from the bakery section. Okay, Jason, let's begin our supermarket journey and help our listeners learn English while shopping.
Let's do it. All right, everyone grab your shopping cart. And let's start with what happens when we first go grocery shopping. All right, everyone, let's imagine we're going shopping for groceries. You grab your shopping bag or your cart, and you walk into the supermarket. What do you see first, Julia?
I usually see the fruit and vegetable section. Bright colors everywhere, red apples, yellow bananas, green cucumbers. It always feels fresh and full of energy.
Yes, that's true. The supermarket is full of different sections, fruits and vegetables, dairy, bakery, meat, frozen foods, snacks, and so on. Each section has its own items and sometimes even its own smell.
Oh, yes. The bakery always smells so good, and it's so easy to spend too much time there looking at all the bread and cakes.
Absolutely. And when we go shopping, we usually have a list, right? We write down what we need, like milk, eggs, rice, or soap, so we don't forget anything.
That's a great point. Having a shopping list is really useful, and it's also a great way to practice English. You can write your grocery list in English every week.
Nice idea. And as you walk through the supermarket, you can read the English signs above each section. For example, dairy, frozen foods, snacks, bakery. It's a fun and easy way to learn new words.
Yes. So next time you go shopping, try to notice those English words and even repeat them quietly to yourself. It will help you remember them better.
Exactly. All right. Now that we've set the scene and we're walking around the supermarket, let's learn some useful supermarket vocabulary things and sections you'll see every time you shop. All right, everyone. Now, let's talk about some useful supermarket vocabulary, the things and sections you'll find when you go shopping.
Yes. Let's start with the main sections of a supermarket. You'll often see signs like dairy, bakery, produce, frozen foods, and snacks.
That's right. Dairy means food made from milk, like milk, cheese, butter, and yogurt.
The bakery section is where you find bread, cakes, and pastries. My favorite place.
Same here. And produce means fruits and vegetables like apples, tomatoes, and carrots.
Then we have frozen foods, which are foods kept in the freezer like ice cream, frozen pizza, or vegetables.
Good. And don't forget snacks. That's where you find chips, cookies, and chocolate.
Now, let's talk about some things we use while shopping. For example, you take a shopping cart if you're buying many things, or a basket if you only need a few.
Yes, and when you finish shopping, you go to the checkout counter or the cashier. That's where you pay for your items.
After you pay, the cashier gives you a receipt, that small paper that shows what you bought and how much it cost.
Perfect. These are words you'll hear every time you go shopping. Try to remember them and say them out loud when you visit a supermarket.
Great idea, because the more you say these words, the easier it becomes to speak English in daily life.
Exactly. Now that we know the main vocabulary, let's move to something even more exciting: useful phrases and expressions you can use when you talk to people at the supermarket. All right, everyone, now that we know the vocabulary, let's learn some useful English phrases that you can use when you go shopping at the supermarket.
Yes, these are short and easy sentences you'll hear or say all the time. Let's start with this one. Excuse me, where can I find the milk? It's a polite way to ask for help when you can't find something.
That's a great one. You can change it for other things too. Excuse me, where can I find the bread? Or, excuse me, where is the rice?
Exactly. Another useful question is, how much does this cost? You can use it when you want to know the price of an item.
Yes, or you can say, is this on sale? If you want to know if something has a lower price or discount.
That's right. And when you're ready to pay, you can say, can I pay by card or can I pay in cash?
Perfect. And after paying, you might ask, can I have a plastic bag, please? Especially if you need one for your groceries.
Good. And don't forget to say thank you to the cashier. It's a small thing, but it shows good manners and friendliness.
Absolutely. Using polite phrases like, excuse me, please, and thank you always makes your English sound more natural and respectful.
So true. These short expressions are powerful. Now let's put them into a real supermarket conversation so our listeners can hear how they sound in action.
Okay, now let's listen to a short real-life supermarket conversation. I'll be the customer, and Julia will be the shop assistant. Ready, Julia?
Ready, let's go shopping.
Excuse me, where can I find the bread?
The bread is in the bakery section, just next to the dairy products.
Oh, thank you. And how much is this loaf of bread?
It's $2.50.
Great. I'll take one, please.
Sure. Would you like a plastic bag?
Yes, please. Can I pay by card?
Of course. Please tap your card here.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
You too. That was a short and simple conversation, but it includes many useful phrases like, excuse me, how much is this? Can I pay by card? And have a nice day.
Yes, these are common, polite, and easy to remember. You can use them in almost any store, not just a supermarket.
That's true. So next time you go shopping, try to use one or two of these phrases. It's great real-life practice for your English.
Exactly. The more you use them, the more natural and confident you'll sound.
All right. Now that we've practiced a real conversation, let's move on to some useful tips for speaking English confidently at the supermarket. All right, everyone. Now let's talk about some useful tips to help you speak English more confidently at the supermarket.
Yes. My first tip is listen carefully to how people speak around you. Listen to the cashier, to other customers, or even to the announcements in the store. You'll start to notice common words and phrases.
That's a great one. My next tip is don't be afraid to ask questions. If you don't understand something, it's totally okay to say, sorry, could you please repeat that? Or, can you speak a little slower, please?
Exactly. People are usually kind and patient, especially when they see you're trying to speak English. Another tip, use short and polite sentences. For example, instead of saying a long sentence, just say, "Excuse me, where is the sugar?" Simple is perfect.
I like that. And here's another tip practice at home before you go shopping. You can stand in front of the mirror and say things like, "Where can I find the milk?" or "How much does this cost?" It really helps build confidence.
Yes, practice makes everything easier. And finally, smile and be friendly. Your body language and tone of voice are also part of communication.
That's so true, Julia. English is not just about words, it's also about how you say them. Be polite, be kind, and you'll communicate better.
Perfect. Now let's make it even more fun. It's time for a mini practice activity where our listeners can try speaking with us.
All right, everyone, it's time to practice. Are you ready to speak some English with us? Don't worry, it's easy and fun. Just listen and repeat after us.
Yes, let's start with some short phrases you can use at the supermarket. Ready? Repeat after me. Excuse me, where can I find the milk?
Now your turn, say it out loud.
Good. Next one. How much does this cost?
Repeat it. How much does this cost?
Nice job. Now let's try another one. Can I pay by card, please?
All right, say it with confidence. Can I pay by card, please?
Perfect. And one last one, thank you. Have a nice day.
Excellent. You sound great. These are real sentences that you can use anytime you go shopping.
Now let's make it a little more fun. I'll give you a short situation and you try to answer in English, okay?
All right. Here's the first one. You can't find rice in the supermarket. What do you say?
Good. You can say, "Excuse me, where can I find the rice?"
Nice! Next one, you're ready to pay. What do you say?
Yes. You can say, "Can I pay by card, please?"
Well done, everyone. That was great practice. Remember, speaking out loud is one of the best ways to improve your English quickly.
Absolutely. And the more you practice, the more confident you'll feel. Now let's move on to something interesting, some real-life and cultural insights about supermarkets.
All right, everyone. Now let's talk about some cultural and real-life insights about supermarkets in English-speaking countries.
Yes. Supermarkets in places like the United States, the UK, or Canada can be a little different from other countries. For example, in many of these places, people often say, "Hi, how are you?" or "How's your day going?" when you get to the cashier.
That's right. It's just a friendly way to start a small conversation. You can simply smile and say, "I'm good, thank you," or "I'm doing well. How about you?"
Exactly. And sometimes you'll find self-checkout machines. Those are machines where you can scan and pay for your items yourself. It's very common in many supermarkets now.
Yes, and you'll usually see a sign that says self-checkout or scan and go. It's a great way to practice reading English signs while shopping.
Another interesting thing is that people often bring their own shopping bags to help the environment. In some stores, you even have to pay for plastic bags, so it's good to know phrases like, "Can I have a bag, please?" or "I have my own bag."
Good point, Julia. And one more cultural tip, always say, "Thank you and have a nice day" before you leave. It's a small but polite gesture that shows respect and friendliness.
Yes, in English-speaking countries, politeness is very important in daily life, so even small phrases can make a big difference.
That's right. Now that we've learned some cultural insights, let's end with a little motivation to help you use everything you've learned in real life. All right, everyone, we've learned a lot today. New words, useful phrases, real conversations, and even cultural tips. But now, let's talk about how you can really use what you've learned in your daily life.
Yes. The next time you go to the supermarket, try using just one or two of the phrases from this episode. For example, you can say, "Excuse me, where can I find the bread?" Or, "Can I pay by card, please?"
Exactly. You don't need to be perfect. What matters is that you try. Every time you use English in real life, you get a little better, a little more confident.
That's so true. Learning English doesn't only happen in the classroom, it happens in small, everyday moments, like shopping, greeting people, or asking simple questions.
Yes. These small steps build your confidence and help you become a real English speaker one day at a time.
So be proud of yourself for listening and learning today. You're doing great.
Absolutely. And now, before we finish, let's wrap up with a quick recap and our final message. All right, everyone, that's all for today's episode of English Learning Podcast. We hope you enjoyed learning English at the supermarket and feel ready to try these words and phrases in real life.
Yes. Remember, practice is the key. Even if you use just one phrase when you go shopping, it's a big step forward in your English learning journey.
Absolutely. And don't forget, the more you listen, repeat, and speak, the faster you'll improve. Small daily practice makes a huge difference.
So, if you liked today's episode, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends who are also learning English.
And make sure to check out our other episodes in the English Learning Podcast playlist for more tips, phrases, and practice.
Yes, keep learning, keep practicing, and soon speaking English will feel natural even at the supermarket.
Thank you so much for listening today. We'll see you in the next episode. Happy shopping and happy learning.